The first question says, Cynthia is taking a test with 3 sections and 25 questions in each section. Find out how many questions she will answer. If she has 5 hours to take the test, about how many minutes will she spend on each question? So there's 2 questions here. Let's focus on the first one. How many questions will she answer? Well, there are 3 sections and there are 25 questions in every section. So the first section is 25 questions. The second section is 25 more questions. The third section is 25 more questions still. So it's really 25 times 3 because that's 3 sections. And then 3 times 5 is 15, and then 2 times 3 is 6. One more is 75 questions. So during the test, she will answer a total of 75 questions. Now the next thing says, if she has 5 hours to take the test, how many minutes can she spend on each question? Notice it tells you there's 5 hours that she's spending on the test, but they don't ask you how many hours per question, they ask you how many minutes per question. So the first thing we have to do is figure out, if we have 5 hours of time, how many minutes is that? So we have 5 minutes of time, but we know that there's 60 minutes in every hour. So 60 times 5, that's how many minutes we're going to have. 60 minutes in the first hour, 60 minutes in the second hour, 60 minutes in the third hour, in the fourth hour, in the fifth hour. So we multiply 5 times 0 is 0, and 6 times 5 is 30. So we have 300 seconds. So we have 300 minutes total to take the test. So if we have a total of 75 questions and we have a total of 300 minutes, how do we figure out how many minutes we can spend on this thing? What we're really trying to figure out is how many minutes per question. Because really when it says how many minutes can she spend on each question, another way to phrase that would be how many minutes per question. We want a unit of minutes per, the line means per question. All right, so how many minutes do I have? I have 300 of them. How many questions do I have? I have 75 of them. You see, I've kind of made a little unit here. So 300 minutes, 75 questions. If I divide these numbers, I will get a unit of minutes per question. That's exactly what the thing is asking me to do. So 300 divided by 75. 300 divided by 75. All right, how many am I going to fit here? I'm not sure if it's times 1 or times 2 or times 3 or times 4. Let's just try 75 times 4. 5 times 4 is what, 20? And then 7 times 4 is 28, 29, 30. It's exactly equal to 300. So 4, we just said it's equal to 300, remainder 0. We get an answer of 4. So what this means is when we do this division, we get an answer of 4 minutes per question, which is what we want to calculate, how many minutes per question. So we answered both questions. She's going to answer 75 questions, and she's going to spend 4 minutes on each question. The real thing that you had to think about is you have to take the number of hours given and convert it to minutes by multiplying by 60. All right, let's take a look at problem 2. It says Lane is planning a party that will have 238 guests. He wants to sit 6 people to a table at the party. By rounding the number of people at the party to the tens place, find out about how many tables will he need. If it costs $5 to rent every table, about how much will he spend on renting tables? So again, there's 2 questions here. The first one is, by rounding the number of people at the party to the nearest tens place, find out about how many tables he needs. All right, well, first of all, it tells us to round the guests, right? So we have 238 guests. We want to round to the nearest tens place. This is the tens place. So we can go up to 240, or we can round down to 230. How do we decide? This number next door is larger than or equal to 5, so actually we're going to round up to 240. All right, so now we know we have 240 guests. This is a rounded estimate, right? And we know we want to do 6 people to a table. So we're going to divide by 6. How many groupings of 6 can we make when we start with this? So we divide by 6. 6 times what is 24? 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract, get a 0, drop this down. And now we have 6 times what is 0? The only thing that works is 0. Multiply, get a 0, subtract, and finally get a 0. All right, so the answer to this question is, when I start with a rounded estimate of guests of 240 guests and 6 people per table, then what I'm going to have, I'm going to need 40 tables. Because I have 40 groupings of 6, I'm going to need 40 tables here. Now the next question says, if it costs $5 to rent every one of these tables, how much money am I going to spend? Well, I'm going to have to take the 40 tables that I know I'm going to need to rent and multiply by 5, because it's $5 for every one. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 4 is 20, so it's $200 total, because it's 40 tables times $5, so the answer is $200 total. 40 tables, $200 is what I'm going to spend to rent them. All right, take a look at problem number 3. It requires 750 milliliters of water to make a batch of tea. If the deli makes 60 batches of tea every week, how many liters of water is the bakery using to make the tea? So we want to know how much water we're using. But the tricky thing is here, it tells us 750 milliliters of water to make one batch of tea, and I make 60 batches. But I don't want the answer in milliliters. It says how many liters. That's a different unit than milliliters. So let's break the problem apart. The first thing we're going to do is take 750 milliliters and multiply by 60, because there's 60 batches. That will tell us how many total milliliters we need of water. So we'll take the 750 milliliters of each batch, and then we will multiply by 60 batches. This will tell us how many milliliters of water we need altogether. Now, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 7 is 0, drop a 0. 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 5 is 30, carry the 3. 6 times 7, 42, 43, 44, 45. There's 45. And then we add these together. And of course, it's just going to be 45,000. And what have we calculated? 750 milliliters per batch. And then this is batches, so the total thing is milliliters. This is in milliliters. But I don't want milliliters. This says how many liters of water? How many liters of water? So we have to do a unit conversion. So the way you do it is you write down what you're given, 45,000 milliliters. Now we learned before, how many milliliters are in a liter? There are 1,000 milliliters in a liter, right? So we have to write a little conversion factor here. So there are 1,000 milliliters in every 1 liter. These go together. I don't want to flip it over because nothing will cancel if I flip it over. But if I write it like this, the milliliters on the top will cancel with the milliliters on the bottom. And the only thing I'll have left is liters, which is what I want. The reason I'm doing this is because it tells me to take the 45,000 times 1, which does nothing, and divide by 1,000. 45,000, I'm going to divide by 1,000. Like this. And the reason I'm doing that is because this 0 will cancel with this one, and this one will cancel with this one, and this one will cancel with this one. I have 45 divided by 1, which is just 45, and the unit left over is liters. I will need 45 liters of water. It makes sense, really, because you know 1,000 milliliters is for 1 liter. So if I had 45,000 milliliters, I must have 45 liters. This whole thing here is just telling you to divide these numbers, because it's oftentimes hard to know if you should multiply or divide to change units. But this way, you will never guess. Arrange it so that the units cancel and we have liters left over, and then you'll be in good shape no matter what. All right, only a couple more. They're not too bad. Let's take a look. It says, there will be 84 students traveling on 6 buses for a school trip. 1 chaperone is required for every 2 students on a bus. How many students and chaperones will be needed on each bus? So there's kind of 2 questions here. How many students on a bus? How many chaperones on each bus? So let's break it apart. 84 students on 6 buses. How many students on the bus? We have to divide because we're dividing by 6 buses. So we'll take the 84 and we will divide it by 6. All right, 6 can go into 8 one time. Multiply, get a 6. Subtract, get a 2. Drop this down of 4. 6 times what is 24? 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract, get a 0. All right, so what have we figured out? If we have 84 students and 6 buses, then there's definitely going to be 14, which is the answer we got, students per bus. All right, so that's one answer to one question. Now it says how many chaperones per bus. It tells us that 1 chaperone is needed for every 2 students on the bus, for every 2 students. So if I know that I have 14 students, then I'm going to divide it by 2 to figure out how many chaperones I need. In other words, if I had 14 students and I needed 1 chaperone for each student, I would need 14 chaperones. But I don't need that many. I only need 1 chaperone for every 2 students. So I'm going to divide that by 2. And then, of course, 2 times 7 is 14, and you can do the subtraction, remainder of 0. So I'm going to need 7 chaperones per bus. So basically on every bus, you're going to have 14 students on the bus, and you're going to have 7 chaperones on the bus as well. All right, final problem. It says an app tells Kane that he spends 105 minutes on his phone every week. How many hours does Kane spend on his phone every 4 weeks? Every 4 weeks. So it says 105 minutes on his phone every single week. How many does he spend every 4 weeks? So the first step is to take 105 minutes and we're going to multiply by 4 because that's going to tell us how many minutes he's spending over the 4 weeks, right? Because it tells us in the problem statement that 105 minutes per week. And then how many over 4 weeks? We're going to multiply by 4. All right, so 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 0 is 0, and then plus 2 is 2, and then 4 times 1 is 4. 420. What do we measure here? 420 minutes. 420 minutes over a 4-week period. But the question is not how many minutes, how many hours does he spend over that period? So all we have to do is take this and convert it to hours. How do you do it? Maybe you're not sure, so set up a conversion. What you do is you start with what you have. 400, if I can write correctly, 420 minutes. That's what you're given to start with. How do we convert it to hours? Well, you know there's 60 minutes in an hour. You have to write it as 60 minutes like this per 1 hour. These are equivalent, 60 minutes to 1 hour. You have to write it like this. You can't flip it over because nothing would cancel. This way, minutes cancels with minutes. I will be left with a unit of hours. So I take 420, I multiply by 1, and I divide by 60. So really all I have to do is take the 420 and I divide it by the 60, right? And so I have to say 60 times what is 42. Of course, it can't fit into 42, so 60 times what is 420. So let's go over here and just guess 60 times 7. 7 times 0 is 0, 7 times 6, 42 exactly. So it's 7, 420 when we multiply, and we get a remainder of 0. So what we have figured out is the answer of 7 what? 7 hours, right? So the first step was to multiply and get the minutes, and then to change the minutes into hours, we get that into 7 hours, and that's the final answer. So here, we've conquered the idea of reading a word problem, a 2-step word problem, and using our knowledge to figure out if we need to multiply or divide. Sometimes we even have to convert units as well, and then we get the final answer. I'd like you to practice all of these, and then follow me on to the next lesson. We will continue building your skills step by step. Learn anything at mathandscience.com.